Kindle the flames. Welcome. We're gonna go around and just have everybody say their name, and then we're gonna get started into the questions. If that's cool, we're gonna start to the left with the ladies. All right. Cassius, I'm your host. Subscribe. All right.
I'm Allie.
VI Peach.
I'm Jimmy.
I'm Goldie.
I'm Jimmy.
Y'all want to shout y'all social out? Yeah, let's do that. Let's shout our social out. Shout out the social page.
You can find me at all platforms _VIPEACH
Yeah.
underscore and
on
Spotify, Apple at VIPEACH.
You can find me on Instagram at KLEEOO ____.
You can find me on Instagram at know.rulz. No rules.
You can find me on Facebook, Mr. Yitties, like spelling titties. And you can find me on TikTok at Cincinnati Just Goldie.
All right, let's get into it. Happy wife, happy life. Is it happy wife, happy life, happy man, God's plan, or happy spouse, happy house? Which one we going for?
Who first?
It don't matter who want to take it. Who want to jump in?
Happy spouse.
Happy spouse?
Yeah, I got the, because
Tell me why.
it's rules to marriage. You understand? So if you not married and you cohabitating, is that what you say? Cohabitating?
That's a word.
How you think we gonna get to the altar if I ain't even happy as your boyfriend or happy cohabitating with you? You get what I'm saying? You gotta you gotta earn what they think. You just wake up like Beyonce and you just wake up a wife. Oh no, you don't wake up a wife. You gotta be made into one.
Anybody disagree? Y'all can jump in.
Made
There's
it.
some truth to that.
Made it to one. Yeah, I was about to say.
I mean, I wouldn't necessarily be interested in marrying somebody that I've never lived with, because you want to know exactly what kind of household they're going to uphold. You just see what I'm saying? So if you're a messy person, somebody who doesn't take care of themselves or take care of the house, or I'm always trying to make sure that everything's spick and span, clean. I like to cook. I like to make sure my things are in order.
Cleanliness is next to godliness.
Absolutely. A healthy household is a healthy mind. You know, if your household is a mess, it's a reflection of your mind, you know? So
Any objections?
Yeah, I'm just like, wouldn't you, when you're selecting a partner, wouldn't you want to find these things out way earlier before even deciding to wife somebody?
Yeah.
Can I rebuttal to that?
Yes.
See,
Here we go. No, I was just kidding.
I'm just saying, once you done lived a while, been in a couple relationships, marriages perhaps, you ever notice like people take that honeymoon mask off? That mask come off about after 2 to 3 years. That first year, I love him, I love her. 2 years, you don't even want to stand next to the person no more. You see what I'm saying? Because you done learned some behaviors of this person that they wasn't showing in the beginning. You see what I'm saying? Out of all my experiences, I've never met somebody that was the same when I got on with them or got in a relationship with them. Like, I've noticed changes because people be comfortable after that 2-3 year mark.
Do you think that's like a lack of respect that comes across? Or do you think that's like just nagging little stuff that you be like, dang,
I don't think it's nagging. I think that's truly who that person is. And they're no longer, let's just say they're being spiritually naked with you. You get what I'm saying? And when somebody is spiritually naked with you, you get to see those flaws that the world don't see. When you live with somebody, you get what I'm saying? You get to see the real them. The everyday, no makeup, don't feel like doing my hair, might not brush my teeth. You get to see the real them. And it happens. So, yeah.
okay. Any comments? We gonna change the topic. Here we go.
okay, I was gonna pop in real quick.
I was like,
just-
I got.
No, I agree
Come
with
on,
that.
jump in.
I agree with
Go
that.
ahead.
You can jump in whenever you get.
I agree with that. I think that but you're kindling the flame. Let's make sure that that flame is always lit. Make sure that you know what I'm saying. Make sure that within your relationship, you're both finding those pieces that kindle the flame. Just because you don't want to feel complacent in a relationship. You don't want to get in a place where you're just comfortable and then you're sitting back and then you stop taking care of yourself. You stop taking care of each other. You know what I'm saying? You gotta make sure you gotta upkeep all the time because you want to improve. If you stop caring for yourself, then you start to atrophy.
Yeah. I
You
feel
know?
like a true partnership should be encouraging people to take care of themselves and stuff. Like, I don't think all of those things should be like a baseline criteria for, love and choosing to marry somebody. Just see if they take your advice or like,
But what if they don't?
then cut them.
All right, we didn't already moved in, signed the lease. You talking about
Oh,
cutter?
no.
That's what I'm saying. Happy.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's the honeymoon phase. That's what I'm saying.
But you can never know what's going on in somebody's mind, really.
Yeah.
It's not your fault if they have a mask on. Like, that's not your fault. You're doing your best to protect yourself. So it happens.
What I've heard, it kind of sounds like a normal thing. Like, every day's not going to be happy. Every day, you might not even, you ask married people that have been married for 30 years, I would say they not even in love every day. They may fall in love, fall out of love, but those that stick together, I think got something special going on. So let me say this. Men catch a Halle Berry or a Beyonce, and we don't think that is our everyday typical women. I mean, that's where the bar is set now. Vice versa, on the women's side, some say if they catch a athlete, a doctor, a high sexual market value individual, a man, they think that bar is there now. Like, so they don't want to go under that bar. You know what I mean? Comments, questions, concerns on that one. Is that true? Is that a true statement?
So what you saying? Like they going under the board? Like they?
So like, okay, I'm a girl. I didn't went courtside. I didn't went 5-star. I didn't got flown out. Oh nah, I'm not going to Cheesecake Factory no more. I'm not
Oh, I got you.
know.
So sit your ass in the house until the next elected official come and rescue you. So you might miss out on the guy that's taking you to Cheesecake Factory, but then there's, oh dang, I could take her to Cheesecake Factory. We can go to Cheesecake Factory in Miami. You see what I'm saying? Sometimes it's just a play. It's just to see how humble or how meek you can be until you. I'm the type of guy, I'm gonna play real broke, I'm gonna play real modest, but I can guarantee you if you pass these simple little tests, getting flued out, we going here, we going there, we going shopping. I don't want somebody just, all right, you dating somebody in the league, they break their ankle, they can't play no more. So what, you just go to the next guy because he can't provide the lifestyle that you used to have? So you wasn't there with pure intentions? No way.
Yeah, I mean, I think that just being genuine is really important. In showing somebody that you're just interested in who they are, not necessarily what they have. It's really important to just not necessarily think about their assets, but about their personality and their kindness, their,
sure.
their love. Like
We in 2025 though.
Yeah, a deep connection.
So that would be great, but a lot of women going off of security, and they want to know,
Yeah.
But I
Do
feel
you
like
got these things
But
now?
I mean,
our side,
Yeah.
it's like y'all are always like the first thing is if we're attractive or not, or like the first catch. I feel like us women, I don't want to say settle, but like I think it's very different attractiveness wise versus like if they're a high value man or anything like that. Like
Yeah.
I just hear
that's
so
the
many,
first
yeah.
thing.
Especially and personally having experienced high value things and then encountering someone who probably doesn't have as much money as someone that had took me on something like that doesn't have a factor. I don't feel like. I feel like that it doesn't set like a standard of like, oh, so and so flew me out to here, so now everyone has to do that. Character always comes first, I feel like, and then assets X, Y, and Z. Yeah.
Were you always like that, or did you grow into that? Like younger, when you was younger, was it the same? Was it the same mindset?
I would say I've stayed true to myself throughout the process. Yeah, no, it's and money and everything that has come second to my dating process.
Okay.
I've dated some broke ass motherfuckers. I'll tell you that.
Yeah.
So I always go for character first.
So, question: if them broke people had character, what happened to the relationship? Like, why you not still with them?
I outgrow people. That's typically what it is. Is that they don't want to grow. You know, that's fine if you're there, and I'll meet you there. But if you're not actively trying to grow and better yourself, and that's where you're trying to stay, I will outgrow you every time.
How do you find that growth? How can you quantify that growth?
If they're not actively looking within themselves, they're not looking at their own traumas, if they're not confronting that, if they're not, doing the inner work.
Like therapy?
Yeah, therapy. It could be holistic, different things. It doesn't actually have to be therapy, but if they are choosing to stay where they're at and in victim mentality, I can tell that very quickly.
And can I add on to that? Like, I would much rather find a man that's like actively building his empire versus somebody that's already established, because like they have this idea in their mind and this picture and qualifications and stuff already set, versus building a relationship with somebody where like you both start at the bottom or at a certain place and like you build this really deep, strong connection and build an empire with somebody. Like, I look for people with really good work ethic, people who look within themselves, that are very introspective, that can communicate well, because I think all those characteristics will guide them to a successful life. So,
Okay. By show of hands, just raise your hand. Who's single? All right, let's go around. Let's say why do you think you're single at this moment? Everybody take a turn. Yeah, everybody take a turn. Let's go.
I think I'm single because I have a standard. And it's not a physical standard. I seen my dad be married to my stepmom for 30 years. And I've seen my mom have miscellaneous boyfriends all my life. So I know both sides of the puzzle. And I think on one hand, if I was to be married, the bar that my stepmother laid down and loving my father, I really don't think I could find that out here. And because my dad had me when he was 27. My dad was teaching himself how to read and me how to read at 6 years old. So he was 30-something years old and barely could read. My stepmom is a chemist, paper. But and he was faithful to her, always has been, and he loved her. But like she was saying, he eventually taught himself self-taught how to read. You get what I'm saying? And eventually went to like college or whatever. And she stood by him. And I was a stepchild. So the love that I think I'm looking for, that my stepmom showed my father, In this day and age, to be honest, a lot of women don't have principle, morals, and values that I value. So I think I'm looking for a very categorized type of woman. And I think I might be limiting myself because, like everybody else, we have standards.
Okay. Anybody else want to go? Why you think he's single?
Well, I've been I've had 2 long-term relationships within the past 7 years. Um, Neither of them worked out. I was close to getting married about a year ago. The marriage was called off. Just, you know, when you're living with somebody, you're growing in one way or the other, and I guess when, like what you were saying, those two that growth mindset, maybe if in different directions can happen, and that the catalyst that might break up the relationship is a byproduct of that growth in those separate directions. It's almost like something that might happen. It's almost like it's just a cause and effect, basically. You know what I'm saying?
So question, so you said you were living with somebody. What was the living arrangement? Was it like 50-50? Was you paying all the bills? Was she paying all the bills?
No. Nowadays, it's like you both got to work. It's
Okay,
like we're both playing. Yeah.
Okay.
So both paying the bills, both buying each other stuff, taking each other out. It's like a partnership, really. And that was good. It was really good. I will say, I did not call off the relationship. It was certainly my fault that the relationship fell apart, which I'm fully willing to take the blame for that. But I'm also not gonna just say that it wasn't like a cause and effect. Like I said earlier, my actions were a result of the way that our relationship had sort of taken a turn. And there are certain aspects of my actions that I certainly regret. Maybe I've been to therapy though, and I felt a lot of validation from my therapist about how basically our sexualities were just not fully aligned. Essentially, is I don't want to get into too much detail about it, but essentially, there was parts of our relationship where I felt like I was not being fulfilled, and then that result, that cause and effect turns out in a certain way, which I don't know how you guys feel about like pornography or anything like that, but it was a no-go in our relationship, and that's essentially what kind of tore us apart.
You were for it, she wasn't.
Right.
Type of thing.
Correct.
Okay.
Correct. And
Well, that's a whole topic.
my body, my autonomy is basically how I felt about it, and essentially, she was not for it, and that's okay. And I don't want to say that like I'm wrong or she's wrong or whatever. It's just we weren't right for each other, and that I had to deal with, and it's tough, man. Dude, like the pain that I was in for the longest time, but it's been about a year now, and honestly, being single has been very, very good for me. Like the growth, just finding just the joy and just being myself and like being with myself and just learning more about myself and just having more time to work on my art, my craft, and not living by somebody else's expectations. That's been really nice.
Okay. Thank you for sharing that, man. So, okay, let's keep going around. Why do you think that you are single in 2025?
Yeah, I think there's a couple reasons. I think one reason, which may be unconventional unconventional is I don't know how to date. I feel like if I'm attracted to somebody and they like immediately give me this really good attention, that I just kind of pour everything into them very quickly and commit very quickly and cut off all my options very quickly, and red flags, or maybe not even red flags, just like beige flags of just like, oh, maybe we wouldn't be compatible, but maybe I can make it work, because like I'm longing so much for a connection with somebody and to build with somebody. Like I will try to mold things to make it fit and for it to go further, thinking that I'm going to get a different result, which is the definition of insanity.
So, question: do you usually like vet the men by yourself, or do you ever like have them like talk to your brother, talk to your dad, talk to your uncle, talk to your granddad?
Oh, I never have them talk to my family at all. I usually like keep my family out of it. I usually do close friends first. I usually keep it pretty private between my partner and I. And I think that for the most part, like I vet them well for like safety, and like what they're telling me is true for the most part and stuff like that. But otherwise, like I had a relationship where I was just trying to make it work, and then I brought him around my friends, and they were like,
your
no.
girlfriends?
Yeah.
Okay, no men, no men though.
No men. Yeah.
Do you think it would be like a good idea to have a man vet? Because we got that. We could eat for you, eat not for you.
Yes and no.
What about like ulterior motives? Like ulterior motives, like maybe.
Yeah, that's a good point. I never really thought about that.
Like you ain't got no uncles, brothers.
I do, but I'm just like, I just don't want them to know things too quickly. I don't want to like.
I mean, but you say you've been in relationships with people and then let your friend like
how would you define relationship? Like dating, I should say. Dating.
I don't know. From what I'm hearing, sweetheart, it sounds like if you like a guy to that level where you become intimate with him, you should find a male figure in your family to vet him. There's somebody another male that does not have sexual interest in you, because they're gonna give you an insight. I'm a man. It's like if you had us three right here, and you brought that guy in here, we're all gonna have an opinion of him as men. You see what I'm saying? Your female friends ain't gonna be able to do that.
It's a different view. It's a different view.
Like, what can you offer? Like, what do you look for? Like,
what do we look for?
Yeah,
we can kind of like be like, oh yeah, he really
Body
like you.
language.
He really into you, or he want to take you serious, or he don't. Really is take you serious, don't want to take you serious. Really,
do you
men
think
can.
a woman or like my friends couldn't?
No,
Figure
because
It's a different view.
I'm gonna say no, because back in my day, you would have been a victim. You see what I'm saying? You was the easy target. I ain't got to meet her dad. I ain't got to meet her.
Swear.
No males.
Yeah.
So I can imprint whatever I want on you, and then you just gonna go back to your female friends and girl, he did this. You don't know. Like it's some cats out there that'll get with you just to plot on your friends. Like it's a lot of different snakes out here. So you understand what I'm saying? You definitely gotta have some type of male, somebody that.
And then like how quickly though? Like because
I would say
like
just bring
first
them
you
around.
need to like.
I say, look, when you go to a temp service or any job, what they tell you, first 90 days.
Oh, okay.
90 days before you get your benefits, right? Use that method.
Oh yeah,
sweetheart.
this is gonna be insane for me to say. I had a relationship where he still didn't have meet my family for like 4 years.
Oh wow!
Okay,
So let's I want to hear what
Oh yeah, sorry.
VIPP's got to say.
Oh man, I'm single. Yeah, because of my high standards. I'm not settling at all. I got married when I was 18. I was married for 10 years. Got divorced 6 years ago. I know exactly what I want. I know exactly what I deserve. This day and age, courting is just gone. Even when I give men the time of day, there's no effort to plan a date, create a date, lead. I'm really looking for a really great provider. And it's just really lacking in society today. And that's for different reasons, but I'm still holding on hope that it's out there. So I just continue to not settle if it's not meeting my set of standards and my requirements and what I've written it down exactly what I want and need. And if it doesn't match that, I'm a leaver. I'm a leaver. So if it's not matching exactly with that, or if it's not even just a standard of what my ex-husband was and not meeting that standard, then I continue to move forward. And I've mastered being alone, and I love myself. So it's not, I'm perfectly fine being alone until I find exactly what I need.
Okay. Cool. So yeah, I appreciate y'all for coming on. Candlelit Conversations. Please subscribe, like, comment, view everybody's channel. Come check them out. We got some people, got some great content, and we gonna see y'all next time. I'm your host, Cassius. Peace.
Holla.
All right. Thank y'all, man. Thank y'all.